feel our emotions our own way, because the biggest issue is sometimes how like how express emotions so well the very same men in the society they call weak, and sometimes we have a lot of our weak, so we choose to, I wouldn't say cry, but to reserve our emotions. I really know see that's when we express our emotion, which is the same reasons why Sarate Pakobod Shri but they are soft, because by nature we are brought to be a provider. So if I am brought to be a provider, naturally it makes you to be a leader. It also makes you to be strong.
When a man cries in the public eye, they are viewed as weak, right? So they prefer to cry by themselves, which is not a good thing. They have to cry with their friends and let them know this is the situation I'm going through right now. This is what I'm facing.
Ba sepodisi le bone ba kgona go motsatsi a se ka nna ga motho a tsile ko go lona a tso ikuela genya ke tso go ikuelana ke betswa ke mosadi a ba tsewa lo le ya go ta o ka betswa ke mosadi o le monna kana e ga o sna tšhelete go ta go le monna o kwena o tsileng kwano o re tso go adima madi a dimiwa ke basadi nya mathata ke a mongwe le mongwe so a tshwanetse ga a tsewe ka tekatekanyo monna le mosadi ke seo se le one.
Well, those are some of the news that we picked up in society generally from members of the public. So here with Dr. Majuta and Re Rampe. So we're going to just unpack just that. Haki, our own way. We deal with emotions our own way. Is there a men's way and a woman's way of feeling or reacting? Just how gendered feelings. Are feelings biological? Is it according to gender? This is what I would like, where I would like us to start. Let's start with Dr. Majud.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I would say feelings to some extent are gendered in the sense that when a child is born, they are born neutral, they don't know, they just become themselves. But as they grow up around the age of 2, 3, 4, they are reminded or made aware that they are boys, they are not girls. And therefore they have to respond to situation in a certain way. And therefore that kind of says to them, limit the way you emote, limit the way you feel, and you should feel this way and not that way. So that becomes, we process things our own way. Yeah.
That's where this our own way comes from. Yeah. I want you to just, from a professional viewpoint, just balance us here. Because we are aware that, yes, biologically, physiologically,
yes,
there are certain aspects that are fundamentally different between men and women.
Yes.
And we know the influences of the hormones and the different other organs in the body.
Yes.
So is there anything that is innately, from that biological point of view, that affects emotions differently, just from the fact that it is biology and there's nothing you can do about it? You will feel this because of... is that a reality?
It could be, in the sense that, first of all, when somebody is conceived in utero, the mother experiences a lot of biological changes that are natural, some that are induced by what they eat or what they do not eat, and the substance that they ingest, and also the traumas and stresses that the mother experiences, also inducing certain hormones that shape the development of the brain of the child. And that, in a way, also wires how the child is going to respond to situations. So we should also look at it from that point of view to say, what is it that the mother has experienced? Take, for example, somebody who is on drugs, on cocaine, on everybody, when they are expectant. How is the child going to be like? Yeah, obviously when they are born, they are already under the influence. And besides that, when after the child is born, everybody else experiences trauma in at different levels, different magnitudes. So the way the person responds or navigates their lives and uses their emotions, it's about the extent of the traumas that they have experienced in life.
Okay.
Some are bigger than others, some are smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rarampe, then you are part of the initiator. You are the initiator of this initiative.
Yes.
What prompted this? I know from general public, we heard borre, members of society generally, and we heard their views. And I want to understand, perhaps, with that in mind, that society is like that, sees things like that. What urged you to come up with this particular type of initiative?
Okay. Oh, thank you so much for that question.
Error.
And to start with, like as we said, we are from Lishito Entertainment, and we started with this initiative with our former, our founder, who is Lesego Dibela, and she had problem looking at how things are in our environment today, and because she have kids, and looking at that environment, and she had her insights, and that's why we came with this initiative. Right now we are looking at people, passion killings, and as we are raising a boy child, what does this mean to them? And that's why we are looking forward to have this event this coming.
Okay. Ke tla go etsa ha Rarampe ha gore gona le simotse mokgatlho wa lona le se motseleng mokgatlho o kana mogopolo o tlileleng ka tla tlhaloganya gore a ke la ntlha le dira jana
this is ke event a rona ya ntlha e leng goreng e ile ngwaga o simologa re be re leba dio kanelo dintse ka teng maybe re tla go sata date itse maybe through this day as we be like going through to
bankanyetsa
tiro ene go na le tsone dikgantselo dintse di diragala tse ba go na le dipolano tse leng goreng di ne di tshosa mme ebile ka tseleng tseng jalo re be re leka gore re no mme solution e ka nna eng. That's why re heletsa re no mme re ka bitsa batho ba e leng gore ba amega mo ditirong tse re bitsa mapodisi le bana le sabe ba bangwe so le be le lemoga gore di busula kana masula ra le mogang a diragala jaaka ga o hile sky sa dipolano go ha be le lemoga gore go ka tswa go bakwa ke gore monna o hupetse ka gore ra I am a man
monna
o imetse monna o imetse monna o hupetse ya no mme gore re khone gore re bone gore solution e ka nna eng ke gore re dire tsone di awareness re reach out to batho ba e leng gore ba amega bone ba nna ka tselentseng
jang Dr. Majuta go ha kante monna o imetswe ke re gorogile jang ha kra re le sika lo motho ke eng ha re itsela tshwetso ya gore re tla dira dilo jana gore monna e nne e leng gore ga re solegela a ka lela monna e nne e leng gore re solegela gore a ka emela tse di masisi gona mosadi be ka re ra mo dibela ra mo sireletsa mo go tsone ke eng ha sika lo motho le gorogile ke ka tswa e le mabaka ahe a irileng gore hele re le ha
go dilo di le dintsenyana go dilo di le mmalwanyana ha o ka lebella ko morago mo ditsong in history for example there have been wars that were fought in the African continent either through invasions by the Europeans or inter-tribal, inter-ethnic group fighting as we know in Africa that has been something that was going on and there was no need to nurse a wound. And the people who were up front in the battle were men. And men could not afford to be crybabies in such situations. And that became sort of a culture to some extent where men are not expected to cry. Men are not expected to complain, but to man up and face the situation head on. So that's where we are. And apparently, even in terms of provision for the family, the economy was based on working hard for the family, and it was
physically.
Physically, working hard physically, because wa go golega dikgomo wa lema o make sure gore ko morakeng everything is fine, and mme o ko lapeng ke na tlhokomelang bana a apelang bana and stuff like that. So you had to carry all that responsibility, whether so that was the situation then. But apparently we seem to have been stuck at one place as a society and not became oblivious of the changes and the transitions that went on as years passed by. So we are still there. We have not been aware of the movement, the changes, the transformation. And we find ourselves still looking at men and say, don't cry. A man doesn't cry. Yet we know that nowadays we talk of emotional intelligence, and we are not taking men on board to say, now we are here, we are not there. Let's move together. Yeah, we find ourselves in that kind of situation. I don't know if I could elaborate more.
Okay, I say well.
Like I said, I always take, back where the people are born, when they are children. When a boy child is born, like I said earlier on, when they become 4, 5, they are made aware that you are a boy. And this is how a boy should behave, and a girl should behave this way. So that is wiring them and orienting them into this new identity of masculinity. Yeah, this new identity of masculinity, to say this is how men behave and not this way. So you grow up, even amongst your peers at school, they tell you, uska behave yaka ngwanyana. So we are made to run away from being behaving like women rather than being taught to be men.
To be men, because I'd like that you mention that, because I was going to say that, well, I suppose the way biology also has it is not helping, because physiologically, men...
We are men, physiologically.
Men physiologically. Even when we're talking about muscle, we're talking about the way the body is designed, apart from the gender organs of the body. The whole function of the body is fundamentally different according to biology. You will gain muscle mass faster than your woman counterpart, even eating and doing the same thing.
True.
Right. So perhaps that is where the expectation on men is in biology also
it's in biology.
exacerbating the situation.
Also, we are not taught how to be a man socially, mentally, spiritually, culturally. So things are just let like that, and people navigate their own way, the best way they know how. Just like that man on TV was saying, we find a way of
la ka ntse gore yone e betla go reng ke ra gore se mo ra se utlwa ka gongwe Dr. Lenantsa se tlhalosa gore le rona ra bona re tshela mo lehatsheng le gore ya lona tiro e tla go dira eng se le gore se batla go arabisa seemo se re bitlha re mo go sone ka ntlha ya dipharologanyetsi
tota se re se lebileng se re solohetseng gore se ka diragala ke gore gone ga re tsere tsone dikgantsone tsena re tla be re di beile mo ya ka re biditse baitsanape re bitse dikgosi
gongwe ebile ke go tlhabaganyeditse ka sekgatlha a re simolole gore tiro ke eng gore tle re ha o tsena gore ya go dira eng tiro ye I am a man, I am a human, in pheleletse ho ke ra ka ha e tlang e bua ka teng gore tiro e papa matsa molaetsa wa gore I am a man ke monna le nna ke motho le nna ke na le maikutlo le nna nka lela ke re, I am a man, I am human, why shouldn't I cry? Ke eng nna ke sa kgone go lela? I need a safe space. Tiro e ke eng? Ga go dirwa eng?
Ke men's conference
Ehe.
ke men's conference mo e leng goreng re ngokile banna botlhe lehatshe le lotlhe mme re sologela gore ga re kopane re na le ba e leng goreng ke baitsanape ba dikgang tsone tse re bua ka dikgosi re bua ka diloyara
Right.
ke batho ba e leng gore ba ka re sedimosetsa ba ka re thusa go ala kgannye le bone beng ba yone e bong borre gore ba kgone gore ba ipue gore bothata ba bone ke
Right.
bothata ba bone ke yaanong ba na le yone
Bogakolodi
bogakolodi bone bo
Right.
ka nako yone
Okay.
ee
a re tsena mo dintlheng tsa tiro e ka gore go ha Dr. Majuta o makile sengwe gore ga gona ha re rutwang teng gore jaanong ka ga o tlhole wa ntweng o le monna kana wa go kuka bokete wa re nna ha rotlhe ha re tsana mo diofising rotlhe yaanong go nna monna go raeng o tshwanetse gore o o dirise jang bonna jo o ne a tlhalosa le gore ga re tle re ruta jalo ga mme a re tsene mo tirong e gore ya go diragala kae go sologela gore mang atle mang yo tlang yo go lotswa eng gore a kgone go nna teng mme ebile re sologele gore o tla ungwelwa ke eng go a koo
tota ope o e leng goreng ke motho wa rre e ka nna motho wa dingwaga di ka simologa gongwe ka re tle re bue re ga o na le o mang mme re batla gore re ngokele ba e leng goreng ba tswa ko tlase kana ke yone kgang e leng goreng ba go ithuta gone gong ba e leng gore from 8 years old hela e le rre kana e le ngwana wa mosimane re batla gore ba ka re ka bangwe ka le bone
la go kopana ka ene
ra go simolola ha 3 dikgosi ha CBD
ke
mogwanto phakela ka 6:30 o e leng gore tle be re tsamaya ra go itlhela ra go wela ko kerekeng ya UCCSA ko Broadhurst gore gore tle beng re leletsa teng mme be re ka 10 o'clock re be re simolola yone thulaganyo kana dipuisano tsone tsa rona tsa gore re bue gore mme go diragalang gone gong
okay ke batla ga teng ke batla letsatsi jalo le se ka tsone se go morago ka ga tiro ka matlatsa le wena doctor
okay letsatsi ke Saturday kana Saturday o re tsana mo go ene ka di 25 mo e leng gore tle be re simolola ka nako yone ya 6:30 phakela gone ha 3 dikgosi
a gona le moono kana re tla re apere mmala mongwe o e leng gore ke moono wa tiro e kana ke nyetse gore re nne ga ke re batla bo re hela goa
tota re batla gore e nne borre ka gore bo mme re tlo go ba bitsa ngwa gotla re batla bo regela gore khona gore re go ipuisa re go ipua mme mo bokopanong bone bo re soletse gore banna botlhe ba e leng gore ba ka utlwa molaetsao o tsene go bone ba tla ka dipalo tse e leng gore re ka di itumelela ba e leng gore
ga ba ga nna pharologanyo
gana le pharologanyo
ke go lebogile rre Dr. Majuta o digala o reng ko mogedi o reditseng gompieno ka ga botlhokwa ba tiragalo e le botlhokwa ba go nna seabe the importance of participating in this
It's very important for people should participate in this August event for many reasons. From a therapist point of view, I have counseled men and young men by when they show up when they are in a crisis situation. When I hear a call, yes, because one, men they don't know how to be a man. They don't have boundaries. What they can tolerate and what they cannot tolerate. They don't have principles to live by. They don't know their own values and stuff like that. That's why.
Thank you. Let me thank you. It is unfortunate that unfortunately we're under the pressure of time.
Yes,
but
yes.
I think your message has gone through. Thank you both.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go to the news in Setswana.
Bagaetso, hurt people will hurt other people. So let's break the cycle